my patrons, my students, and my well-wishers. Last night, I promised that I would appear in front of you with another grammatical item, and that is past tense. Yesterday, I discussed all the forms of present tense, and I received too much enthusiasm and encouragement because my viewers appreciated. And today I am going to discuss with you past tense and its forms: indefinite, continuous, perfect, and perfect continuous. Clear? You know that when any incident occurred, already occurred, or had occurred, or had happened, the verb takes past form. Again, I am repeating, we know that when the action of the verb already completed, or was completed, or ended, we use past form of the verb. Clear? For example, yesterday I went to school with my mother. So you see that yesterday means past, not now. Clear? For example, at 5 o'clock in the morning, I walked in the football ground. I walked. When the time is mentioned, that means the action is completed, and the verb takes the past form. Clear? The verb takes the past form. Remember it. And today I am going to discuss with you past tense with all its forms like indefinite, continuous, perfect, and perfect continuous. Clear? What is past indefinite tense? The action of the verb is completed and verb takes the past form. I have already given you the example. Here there is no problem. You will have to use the past form of the verb. Clear? For example, in the past indefinite, for example, I worked, singular and plural. We worked. You worked. You worked. He or she worked. They worked. It is past indefinite tense form. Clear? Later, I will give you the interrogative forms of the past tense. Now let us come to past continuous tense. That means an action of the verb or a work or an incident that started in the past but is going on, but was going on, but was going on in the past. For example, I was working out the sum. That means now I am not working out the sum. I was hello, hello. An interruption occurred, and I am starting again past continuous tense. Then what did I say? I have told you that the verb will take past continuous tense when the incident started in the past and was going on in the past. Clear? For example, I was walking in the field in the morning. I was walking in the field. Clear? Subject plus was or were plus present form of the verb plus ing. This is the form or format. This is the method of construction of past continuous tense. So I was walking in the field in the morning. We were walking in the field in the morning. You were walking in the field in the morning. You were walking in the field in the morning. He or she was walking in the field in the morning. They were walking in the field in the morning. Clear? Now, let us come to past perfect tense. What is past perfect tense, or when should we use past perfect tense? Actually, in the past, if two incidents occurred or happened, the incident that happened or occurred a little ago, a little before, that verb will take past perfect tense, and the incident that occurred or happened a little later, that verb will take past indefinite tense. For example, the rain had started or it had started raining before we reached the station. That means which incident occurred first? It had raining, it had started raining. That means the raining, it had started raining, it is the former incident, and later we reached the station. Clear? The patient had died before the doctor came. That means the death of the patient occurred first and then the doctor came. Clear? Another example. For example, we had reached the playground before the match started, or the match started after we had reached the field. Clear? Now let us conjugate. I had enjoyed the match. Subject plus had plus past participle of the verb. Subject plus had plus past participle of the verb. So I had enjoyed the match. We had enjoyed the match. You had enjoyed the match. You had enjoyed the match. He or she had enjoyed the match. They had enjoyed the match. This is the format. Clear? Now let us come to past perfect continuous tense. Past perfect continuous tense. For example, if two incidents or two verbs, actions of the verbs were going on simultaneously, the first action of the verb or the first verb will take past indefinite tense and the perfect continuous tense, and the latter will take past indefinite tense. Clear? For example, it had been raining. It had been raining before we reached our private tutor's house. Clear? It had been raining before we reached our private tutor's house. So the raining was the first incident. Clear? Another example. The storm had been blowing with a terrible or violent sound before we went out of our house. Clear? Had been. So what is the construction? Subject plus had been plus present form of the verb plus ing. This is the format. And another format is, for example, it had been raining since 5 o'clock in the evening. Since 5 o'clock in the evening. So when there is a specific time or the duration of time and was going on in the past, you are at liberty to use past perfect continuous tense. Here, another example I am giving you. I had been studying history for about 2 hours. For about 2 hours. I had been studying history or geography or life science, whatever you say, for about 2 hours. Duration of time, clear? Again, the players were practicing, the players had been practicing in the field since 6 o'clock in the morning. Since my father had been working as assistant teacher in this school since 1980. Clear? When there is the period of time, you will use for, and when there is the point of time, you will use since, just like present perfect continuous tense. Clear? So, I am ending my lecture, but before it, I want to remind you, for example, I had been studying history, we had been studying history, you had been studying history, you had been studying history, he or she had been studying history, they had been studying history. This is the conjugation of the verb. So let us stop here. Like, comment, share, and subscribe, please, so that I may be encouraged and enthused to give more lessons on grammar. Clear? Let us stop. Good night. Stay safe, stay well.